Now let's talk about hubs, switches, and routers, and actually a couple of other things. When you get ready to connect a bunch of devices together and build a network and have some data magic going on, right? I'm sharing data, I've got some security on some files and all that sort of thing. I need to connect all these together, and the devices that I choose are really going to affect my network. Now, think about network traffic the same as traffic on the freeways in the morning when you drive to work. We need some traffic cops, and we also need some interchanges to be able to get from this road to that one smoothly and easily. And we also need to limit some things going on. We don't want bulldozers and really giant things like army tanks driving on the traffic in rush hour with us, because they take up more than one lane, they can't go as fast as cars can, just all kinds of issues come up, right? We have the same issues on our network. First of all, we need to provide a common connecting point for all the devices, and there are 6 network devices that you should understand just a little bit going into the A+ exam. It's a repeater, a bridge, a gateway, a hub, a switch, and a router. So let's start off and talk about a repeater. A repeater is used to increase the usable length of cable. For example, twisted pair cable, UTP or STP, has a length of about 100 meters. Past that, you start to get data dropouts and all kinds of things, and the data is not reliable. But what if I need to go 200 meters? Well, I can use a repeater. It takes a data signal in, rebuilds it, and sends it on its way. All right, it just repeats the data, stronger, cleaner, and we can get a lot more distance out of it, okay? And it will send all the data that comes in to all the network segments on the other side of the device. Now, a bridge performs a similar function to a repeater, but with one added benefit. It forwards data on the network based on the destination address. Now, this thing's actually looking into the TCP/IP packet saying, wait a minute, where are you going? Okay, you'll go out this port, out this door on the other side of the bridge, but you can't go out those other 2. All right, and so it prevents unneeded traffic from being on the network. Now, a gateway translates data from one format to another, from one protocol to another. It depends on what's happening, okay? A hub is a central device that lets you very easily connect a number of computers to the hub, and then the computers can see each other and talk and transfer data. The problem with a hub, it's inexpensive, it's relatively simple, it passes all data that comes in out every other port. And so broadcasts go everywhere, data goes everywhere. This is great for small networks, but it does tend to create network congestion in larger networks. And if you'll think about the wireless access points that a lot of us use at home, it's really a 4-port hub. So I can plug 4 devices in there. It's not going to be very efficient for 8, 12, 16 devices, but for 4 you can usually get away with the traffic that it allows through. Now, switch is where we're starting to get into some of the smarter stuff. It's a hub that has some smarts built into it. It will forward data only to a port that leads to a destination address. Again, it's looking into the TCP/IP packets, and it's looking at that destination address and says, oh, wait a minute, that's out this port right here, and it will only send data across that port to reach that machine. Now, a router is an extremely sophisticated switch, and a router is actually a little computer. It connects one network to another, and it often serves as an endpoint of a network and a connection to an external network. Routers do all kinds of sophisticated things. They do some security functions. They do some we'll just leave it at sophisticated things for right now, okay? But a router is the most expensive, the most complex, and the coolest piece of equipment that you can use in a network, okay? So that's the basics on these devices. Again, if all this is totally brand new to you, you might want to go out and read a little bit about these. Otherwise, this is enough information to get you started, and probably enough information to get you comfortably through questions you will see on the exam.